is Bhumika Chauhan. Welcome back to our channel, and in today's video we are going to study letter writing. It's an important topic. First of all, what we are going to do in today's video is we are going to go through the entire format, like how we need to write letter to editor, complaint letter in a proper format. As you all know that we have two types of letters, formal letter and informal letter, and they ask you formal letter, letter to editor, complaint letter, right, order placement sort of letters. So yes, there is a proper format that I am going to tell. I am going to give you all the details, like where you have to put a comma, where you have to leave a line, how you have to start your letter, how many words you have to write in your letter, okay, and what are the fixed lines that you can use to make your letter obviously more impressive, so that you can get more marks. Whether you have to write your letter in a single page or you can use 2 pages. There are so many questions which I always get from students that, ma'am, whether we have to write our letter in a single page, what is the correct format, we don't know. If you have to write it in proper capital letters like block letters, do we have to write sender's name also in the sender's address? So there are so many confusions, and I'm going to clear all of them in today's video. So let's get started, everyone. Letter writing. So I'll be telling you format of formal letter. Okay, they definitely ask letter, like letter to editor is the one that they ask all the time, right? So complaint letter is also important, order placement is also important, but letter to editor, obviously you will definitely see letter to editor in your exam. So I have few fixed lines, like for introduction part you can write this, for conclusion part you can write this, and then you have to write only the main body wala part where you have to mention the main issue, right, or the problem regarding the topic, like what they are whatever they are asking. I am going to tell you the format, and then we will practice few previous year questions. So I have all the previous year questions over here, but please do focus on the format. It's important. First impression is last impression, as you all know. If you will write your letter in an incorrect format, then definitely your first impression will be already, like, it's gone already. So please make sure that you do not make grammatical mistakes. Please make sure that you do not make spelling mistakes and your format is correct. Okay, and do not ever think that you will leave any question. We never leave a single question in our boards exam. CBSE gives you marks like for each and every step, right? So we cannot leave a single question. Whether it's hard, whether it's easy, doesn't matter. You have to attempt every question. So let's get started, everyone. Okay, so letter to editor or letter writing or formal letter, let's say we will talk about formal letter. What is the first step? The first step is, or the first rule is, left hand side rule. Left hand side. You will write sender's address, date, receiver's address, salutation, subject, everything from left hand side. Okay, everything should be from left hand side. Okay, let me show you how. Okay, so see, we will start like this. Just wait a minute. And please do pay attention, okay, to each and everything. Like every comma is also important. Where you have to put a comma, where you can avoid. Give me a minute. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah. For example, this is your answer sheet. Okay. So for example, this is your answer sheet. Here I am going to give you tips and tricks, what you have to do, do's and don'ts basically. And over here I am going to give you the proper format. Okay. So let's get started. We will start with sender's address. What do you have to write in what do you have to write over here on the left hand side? Sender's address. Sender's address. Your sender's address should only be in 3 lines. Complete your sender's address in 3 lines. Okay? If they have given a pin code, you can write pin code. If they have not given a pin code, you can avoid. It's clearly and it's totally up to you. Okay? Okay. Then we will leave a line like after writing sender's address. I'm saying sender's address. I'm not saying sender's name. You will not write sender's name in sender's address. Okay? You will only write sender's address. And if it is given in the question, then only that particular address you have to write here in your answer. If there is no address given, you can write it on your own. It is completely up to you. But if they have given sender's address in the question, then you will write that only. You will not make any changes. Ma'am, can we write our address? No, you cannot. You will not write your address. You will not write your name in your answer sheet. You will not write your mobile number. You will not write, please give me marks. No. It's not a right practice to do. Okay, so sender's address, left hand side, you will complete your sender's address in 3 lines and then you will leave a line. I am writing it. Leave a line. Why? Because it is important. Do not write it in exam. You have to do it. You do not have to write it. Like leave a line. That means I am saying that after writing sender's address, please leave a line. Do not write leave a line. Okay. So I am writing here leave a line so that whenever you revise, leave a line. I'm writing it like this. Okay. After that sender's address, you will write date. Date. There will be a proper format of date. Okay, there will be a proper format. I'll tell you what will be the format. After that, again, you will leave a line. Leave a line. Okay, and then you will write receiver's designation. Please pay attention. I am saying receiver's designation, not receiver's name. For example, Ram Kapoor is your principal. So you have to write the principal. You will not write Ram Kapoor. I'm not asking you to write the name over here. You have to write the designation of that particular person you are writing to. Okay? Yes. So receiver's designation. After that, you will leave a line. No. You will not leave a line. After that, you will write receiver's address. What will be the receiver's address? If it is given in the question, then you have to write that only. If it is not given, for example, you are writing it to your principal, then you can write the name of school. Right? So please make sure that you read your question properly. It is very important to read question properly so that you do not miss these small details. Okay, everyone. So, receiver's designation, then receiver's address, then leave a line and then you will write subject. Okay. So, receiver's address in 2 to 3 lines. Then I will say again leave a line and now you will write subject. Your subject should be short, crisp and to the point. It should not be like 2 to 3 sentences long. No, it should be like from 6 to 7 words. That's it. That's it. Okay, short and crisp. To the point. Not more than 6 to 7 words. Not more than 6 to 7 words. Are you guys getting my point? Very nice. After that, again, you will leave a line and you will write respected sir. Yes, salutation. You can write sir, you can write ma'am, you can write respected sir, you can write respected ma'am. It's completely up to you. I suggest my students that please write sir or ma'am. That's it. Single sir or ma'am. That will work. You don't need to write respected sir, respected ma'am. If you want to write, you can. I'm not saying you cannot write. But yes, respected sir. Okay. Now, you will write sir and then comma and then obviously the body part. Para 1, para 2 and paragraph 3. At least 3 paragraphs should be there. At least 3 paragraphs needs to be there. Okay? At least 3 paragraphs need to be there. It's important. Right? Because it's a 10-mark question. Yes, so we at least need to write 120 to 150 words. Yes? Okay. After that, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, what will you write in these paragraphs? We will discuss it later. After that, after concluding, you will write thank you. Yours sincerely. Let's write sincerely. Yours sincerely, yours faithfully, your name, okay, your designation, your contact information if it is given, okay, but your name and your designation. For example, you are writing it as a president of some society, so you will write your name and then you will write president of falana society, XYZ society, ABC society. Whether you are, if you are captain of your school, you can write your name and you can write school captain, etc. Okay? Okay. Now, listen to me very carefully. First thing, everything should be on the left hand side. So, if you are not able to understand my handwriting, it should be like this. Okay, everything should be on the left hand side. You will write the address. Now, what I was saying is, you will not put comma after every, like in the address, after every line. Like some people put comma here and then here. No, it is wrong. You do not have to put comma everywhere. You will not put comma. You can put comma in the middle, but not at the end. Okay? So, next rule, you will not write everything in capital letter. Only the first letter of every word will be capital. For example, you are writing green, so G is capital, apartments, so A is capital. You will not write the entire green apartments in block letters. It's important. Please try to understand. And we only have to write the address. We will not write the name. Right? Are you guys getting my point? Then you will leave a line and then you will write the date. What will be the format of the date? Your date should be in this format. First you have to write the date. Then you will write the month. And then you will write the year. This will be your format. Okay, I know most of the students and they write date with different formats. For example, you are writing it like this, or you are writing it like this. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it is not the right format for letter to editor. It is not the right format. What is the right format for letter to editor? Like this. 12th August 2025. Write down the name of the month. Okay? You have to write down the name of the month. Okay? Then again you will leave a line, the station house officer. This is the designation. You can clearly see the T capital, station S capital, house H capital, officer O capital. So every letter of each word, sorry, first letter of each word will be capital. Okay. After that, Tyag Nagar police station, this is the address. Then you will leave a line, then you will write the subject. Request for increased police presence in high crime areas. Sir or ma'am, you can put a comma and then start writing. Are you guys getting my point? Yes, you will leave a line after subject and then sir, ma'am, and then you can start writing. Okay, everyone? Clear, everyone? Let's write. Let's. You can take a screenshot, but I'll share the. I will share the PDF in the comment section so that you can write or you can make notes from that. For example, 313 Subhash Nagar, Hisar, Haryana 122003. Then I leave a line and then I will write the date. For example, it's 2nd August 2026. Then I will again leave a line and I will write the editor. If I am writing it to an editor, I will write the editor. If I am writing to some manager, I will write the manager. If I am writing to the principal, the sales manager, the editor, the commissioner of police. Designation of that particular person who is going to receive this address, is this letter. Right? Yes, the editor. After that, for example, he is the editor of the Hindustan Times newspaper, right? So we will write the Hindustan Times, Hisar, Haryana. You can clearly see I am writing first letter of every word in caps, right? After that, I will leave a line. The Hindustan Times, Hisar, Haryana, leave a line. I will write the subject. For example, if I am writing a letter to the editor, and basically if it is about some social issue, for example, power cut, right? Or yes, yes. So if your subject is, for example, power cut in sector 9. It should be short, it should be crisp. Okay? Yeah, you can write problem regarding lack of power supply in sector 9. You can frame a sentence like this also. Okay. After that, you will leave a line. You will write sir. You can write ma'am and you can put a comma and then you can start writing. This should be your format. Everything should be from the left hand side. Every word, like first letter of every word should be capital. You will not put comma anywhere at the end of receiver's address or sender's address. You can put a comma like in the middle. For example, I put a comma after Hisar, right, and Haryana, like in between. So you can put comma there, but you should not put comma after every at the end of like receiver's address or sender's address or receiver's designation. No, you will not do that. Okay. So this will be your format, and this will be your format for complaint letter also. This will be your format for order placement also, because they are all formal letters. You will change the receiver's address, the receiver's designation over there, and obviously there will be changes in the body part. Okay, the major changes will be in the body part. I'm going to give you, like, we'll be practicing complaint letters, we'll be practicing order placement letters, and I'll be giving you few fixed formats that you can clearly use in your exams, and you can save your time in your exam so that you can get more marks. Okay, time is crucial. You all know time is important, and in English, the question paper is generally lengthy, and students do not get enough time to write proper answers, and they do then they do make mistakes, right? They make mistakes in the format. Sometimes it happens that they know the answer, but because of the lack of time, because they do not have the time, they are not able to complete their like paper, which is disheartening. Like, I don't like this. Okay, I feel very hurt whenever a student says that I knew the answer but I was out of time, right? So please manage your time in your exams from the very first question. It is very important, bacha, because it is going to be a lengthy paper. You have to write a lot of things. You all know that they ask questions like long answer type questions, and then they give you competency based questions, comparison based questions. So it's not like that in your long answer type question you will be writing summary only. No, that is not going to help. If you want like full marks in your long answer type questions, short answer type questions, and reading comprehension, you all know they give us such a long paragraph, and then you have to find answers, and then obviously analytical paragraph, and so many things are there that you have to do in your that you have to write in your answer sheet. So please do manage your time. Please attempt that particular section first that you know. I always suggest that you know thoroughly. Like I always suggest my students to please attempt like literature first, because it carries more marks. And obviously we are well aware of all the chapters, so it is easier for us to basically complete it fast, and we give a perfect first impression, like, yes, this is my paper and I know all the answers. So if your first impression is good, then you will be getting good marks in your exams. So why I am saying all these things, these are important points for CBSE, right? CBSE is not like it has completely changed. CBSE has completely changed everything, the way the way they are going to check your copies, the way they are going to analyze your answers, the way they are asking you questions. Earlier people used to think that CBSE is a very easy board, but right now, no. From past 2 years, you all can clearly see what is happening. Everyone is very upset after results, and I really want you all to please pay attention from the very beginning so that you can get good marks. You all know that your paper is going to be tough, so please be prepared for the worst, right? It is important. So okay, let's move to another question. This is your previous year question. Let's read. You are Suman Lata Rohan Mori, living at 345 Green Apartments, Tyagnagar. So here he has given your name, right, and obviously your address. You have read that some prominent places in your city have been identified as high crime areas. So what he is saying, that you have read that some prominent places in your city have been identified as high crime areas. Women and elderly people scared to navigate through those areas and feel they are more likely to be robbed. Okay, so to safeguard the interests of vulnerable people, write a letter to the SHO of your area in about 120 words, requesting him or her to deploy more police personnel in the high crime areas so the crime rate can be brought down. So this is basically what? This is basically your subject. This is basically your subject. This is basically your topic, right? So it's a beautiful question. Like, you have to read the prominent places, read that some prominent places in your city have been identified as high crime areas. So what you are saying, that there are so many people out there like women and elderly people, that they feel scared whenever they go out because of all these crimes that are taking place in these areas. So you are basically requesting, right, the SHO. So we know now the designation, right, to whom we are writing this letter, to the SHO. We are writing this letter. Okay, so yes, let's get started. I hope you all understood the question. Yes, 345, comma, Green Apartments, Tyagnagar, leave a line, 12th of August 2025, leave a line. The station house officer, Tyagnagar Police Station, leave a line, subject, request for increased police presence in high crime areas. Can you clearly see that we have to write the subject in 6 to 7 words, or it should be very soft, short and crisp and to the point. It should not be like 2 to 3 lines long. Okay, after that you will leave a line, then you will write sir or madam, you will put a comma after sir or ma'am, and then through this letter, now we will discuss what we have to write in that body wala part. You have to write 3 to 4 paragraphs in the body part. First paragraph will be the introduction. Why are you writing this letter? Paragraph 1 will be your introduction. Okay, for example, if you are writing a letter to the editor, you can clearly write, through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I would like to draw the attention of the concerned authorities or concerned readers towards the problem of. Then you can write the problem, that why are you writing this letter. Are you guys getting my point? So in this also, in every formal letter or in any letter, you always start with an introduction, that why are you writing this letter, what is the reason. So now you will not mention your name here. In some cases, like there are some questions where we need to mention the name, but mostly we do not mention name in the first paragraph. We always mention the name at the end. Like the sender's name will always be at the end. But I'm not saying that it applies to all the all sort of questions, all types of questions. No. There will be certain questions where you will feel the need to write the sender's name. There you can. No worries. Okay. But not in the sender's address. You will not write name in the sender's address. Okay. So through this letter, I wish to draw your attention to the alarming rise in crime in certain parts of our city identified as high crime areas. So this is the introduction, that through this letter, like with the help of this letter obviously, I wish to draw your attention to the alarming rise in crime in certain parts of our cities identified as high crime areas. Got it? Women and elderly citizens in particular feel unsafe due to the frequent incidents of snatching, chain pulling, eve teasing and pickpocketing. So these are all the crimes that are happening in these particular areas. So the lack of proper street lighting and minimum police patrolling further worsens the situation. So she is basically explaining that what is happening. This is the problem, right? Making these areas more dangerous after dark. Okay. So to address these concerns, I request you to deploy more police. Now she is providing the solution. Like what you can do to, decrease, or what you can do to basically eliminate such types of crime, right? In these areas, in these vulnerable areas, right? So to address these crime concerns, I request you to deploy more police personnel in these vulnerable zones, especially during peak hours and late evenings. So these are basically the solutions. Increased patrolling, installation of CCTV cameras and strict checking of suspicious vehicles can greatly help in controlling criminal activities and restoring public confidence. Very nice. So you gave 2 to 3 solutions. So what did you understand from this? Paragraph 1 will be introduction. Like, why are you writing this letter? Why are you writing this letter? Yes or no? Yes? Yes. Why are you writing this letter? Then paragraph 2 will be all the problems because of that particular topic, right? That particular subject. Problems, 2 to 3 problems, 2 to 3 problems that she gave, like eve teasing and snatching and all these things. So she gave 2 to 3 problems. Then next paragraph, you will write the solutions if you have. Right? Again 2 to 3 solutions, and then paragraph 4 will be conclusion. You can combine all these things in 3 paragraphs. That is like introduction, then body, and then conclusion. And you can write it like this, like in paragraph 1 you are giving basically the introduction to the subject, then in the second paragraph you are writing all the problems related to that subject, and then solutions if you have any, and then in the fourth you can ask for the reply or conclusion or to pay attention towards this problem, right? So that will be the conclusion part. So you can write in 3 to 4 paragraphs according to your comfort. Okay. So your prompt action will go a long way in safeguarding our community and reducing the crime rate in these areas. That if you take action, then it is going to help obviously our community, and it will obviously reduce the crime rate which is happening right now. Right, so the residents of Tyagnagar, particularly the women and senior citizens, will feel much more secure if these measures are implemented without delay. So she is concluding and she is basically asking for a prompt action. Right, so in the conclusion part, that only you have to do. You have to ask that particular person to pay attention to your demand. Okay, then you will write thank you, yours faithfully, Suman Lata. You will not put a comma after yours faithfully. Okay, thank you, just write thank you, leave a line, thank you, yours faithfully, Suman Lata. Okay, everyone. Okay, let's do another question from, this is from like 2025, set 3. You are Anjali Gehlot, Rohan Hora, living at 867 Lime Road Heights, Tramnagar. We have noticed how new technologies have paved their way into every aspect of our lives. On the one hand, they have revolutionized the way we live, work and communicate, and on the other hand, it has raised concerns about data privacy and security. Write a letter to the editor of a national daily in about 120 words discussing the benefits and risks of new technologies in our daily life. Very common question, very common topic. Okay, so you have noticed how new technologies have paved their way into every aspect of our life. Obviously, we are completely surrounded by technology. Everything, like we have our phone, we have everything over here is digitalized, I would say. We make payments like from UPI, right? We have cards. We are doing everything, like technology is everywhere. Yes. Write a letter to the editor, and on the other hand, it has raised concerns about data privacy and security. Okay, yes, obviously, write a letter to the editor of a national daily in about 120 words discussing the benefits. So what is your topic? Benefits and risks of new technologies in our daily life. You can clearly see that there are so many crimes, so many cyber crimes are happening these days. Like you'll get so many fake messages, fake links, fake videos, fake photos that you click and entire account is like entire money in your account is gone. Right? So yes, this is happening a lot, and it's not a difficult topic to write on. Like you can easily write on this type of topic because you all are aware of these things that are happening around. Right? So let's get started. On the left hand side, what will you write? You will write the receiver's address. It is given. Yes, it is given. 867 Lime Road Heights, Tramnagar. 867 Lime Road Heights, Tramnagar. Then you will leave a line. You will write down the date. What will be the format of the date? Date, month and year. Then you will leave a line again. The editor. The editor. Designation. Very nice. Then this one is the National Daily. Why written the National Daily? Editor of this company. Right? If you are writing the manager, if you are writing it to some manager, you will write the name of the company. Like the manager of Falana company, ABC company, XYZ company. If it is given in your question, you will write that. If it is not given in your question, write ABC, XYZ. Okay. Then leave a line and write down the subject. Benefits and risks of new technologies in daily life. Benefits and risks of new technologies in daily life. After that, sir or ma'am, and then start writing. You will leave a line here and you will not leave a line here. You can put a comma after sir or ma'am, or you have to write only sir or only ma'am. Through this letter, I wish to share my views on the growing impact of new technologies on our lives. These innovations have revolutionized the way we live, work and communicate. As I told you, there is there can be few important lines that you can write in the introduction part. As I told you, through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I would like to draw, if you want to increase the word limit, like if you want to increase the number of words you are writing, so you can clearly elaborate or extend this part, introduction wala part, right? So through this letter, I wish to share my views on the growing impact of new technologies on our lives. Very simple. These innovations have revolutionized the way we live, work and communicate. From instant global connectivity through smartphones to efficient. So now we are giving the benefits of technology, right? What are the benefits? From instant global connectivity, like we can connect to anyone, anywhere, anytime. Through smartphones to efficient online transactions, we can do payments anytime, right? From anywhere, right? For anyone, right? We can buy anything from anywhere, from anyone. We can order anything because of these online payments. And advanced healthcare tools, technology has made life faster, more convenient and productive. That's completely fine. You can easily write, and this is basically the benefit. These are all the benefits of technology. Now, however, these benefits come with significant risks. Now, you will also talk about the risks that comes with all these benefits. So, right, concerns about data privacy, like there is no privacy. If you have a photo in your phone, that means that photo is on internet. Like some company, some or the other, these companies, they always ask for permissions, like we can access this, we can access that, and we just do it like in a blink of eye, like okay, right? So they have the access to our camera, they have the access to our photo library, they have the access to everything that we have in our phone, and our phone is like our life, our complete life. You can clearly know about a person with the help of his or her phone, right? So yes, all these benefits come with significant risks, right? Concerns about data privacy, cybercrime, addition to devices and reduced face-to-face interactions. Like there is, if we are 4 friends and we are sitting in a room, we are on our phone. We are not actually talking. Like earlier, we used to talk, we used to make Maggie, we used to play, we used to laugh a lot, we used to joke around, we used to gossip a lot. But right now, we are just making reels, or we are just taking pictures, we are recording all these things. Whenever we are ordering food, we are taking pictures first and then we are eating, right? So obviously, the way we used to live has completely changed, and yes, have grown sharply. Many people unknowingly share personal information which is like very relevant and which is very common these days, right? Making them vulnerable to fraud and misuse, and people use that particular information against you, right? They make their benefit out of it. So it is essential to promote awareness about safe technology use while encouraging innovation. So now he is giving you solution or suggestion that it is essential to promote awareness. It is important that we promote awareness. We aware people that you should not click on such links, you should not click such pictures, you should not share your details with someone, you should not give OTP, or you should not share your OTP with someone, right? Yes, so balanced use can ensure that we reap the benefits without falling prey to its danger, right? Yes, yours sincerely, Anjali Gehlot. Do not put a comma over here again, I'm saying, and then write thank you also. Okay. Okay. One more question. Let's practice this last question. Okay, and then in the next video, we'll be talking about complaint letters. Okay. You are Soumya Hansal, Sumit Hansal, living at F32, Shanti. And these are all previous year questions. You can clearly see I have mentioned the set also. Set 1, set 3, right? These are all previous year paper questions. So, they do not ask questions like out of the blue, like out of the box that you will not be able to answer. No, the questions or the topics will be normal. Okay, and you will be able to easily answer these questions. Just please be patient during your exam. Do not get stressed, do not get anxious, and just give your 100%. That is important. are Soumya Hansal, Sumit Hansal, living at F32 Shanti Nagar, Vayugad, seeing the inadequate healthcare infrastructure in your town, write a letter to the MLA of your area in about 120 words suggesting the need for improving existing healthcare facilities. So what is your topic? What is your topic? To increase the healthcare facilities, right? You are writing it regarding the increase, that it is a demand that they should increase the existing healthcare facilities and creating more wellness centers, including a specialized hospital for children and women. Do read your question 2 to 3 times. It is important. I always read the question 2 to 3 times. Right? Yes. Yes, so on the left hand side, you will write down the sender's address, right? Then leave a line, date, then leave a line to the MLA. You will not write to, you can clearly write, directly write the MLA, Vayugad. Leave a line, subject, urgent need to improve healthcare facilities in Vayugad. Respected sir or ma'am, through the column of this letter, I wish to draw your attention to the inadequate healthcare infrastructure in our town. Okay, the existing hospitals are overcrowded. Now we are giving the problems. What are the problems? What are the issues? So the existing hospitals are overcrowded, poorly equipped and lack trained medical staff. We gave 3 problems. What is happening? What are the issues? Emergency services are slow and rural areas remain largely undeserved. Okay, first paragraph, introduction and problems. Second paragraph, solutions, suggestions, what they can do. I request urgent action to upgrade facilities, ensure availability of essential medicines and improve ambulance services. Okay, establishing more wellness centers and a specialized hospital for children and women will help address critical healthcare needs and reduce the patient load on existing hospitals. So she is basically suggesting, right, what we can do to ensure all these facilities, right, all these facilities. So you can clearly urgent action to upgrade, ensure availability of essential medicines, first number, improve ambulance services, establishing more wellness centers and a specialized hospital for children and women. Okay, so you gave suggestions that what they can do. Your timely intervention, now you are asking to take a prompt action. Your timely intervention will greatly benefit the people of Vayugad and improve the overall health of our community. Yours faithfully, Soumya Hansal. Right, everyone? So I wish and I hope. So this is your homework. Now I am giving you one more question and that will be your homework. Please do practice this question or try to write this answer. Try to write the answer on your own. Okay. You are Risha Khan Zuhan Khan, the sports captain of High Rise Public School, New Line, Rainagar. You believe that games and sports are an integral part of students' life. Write a letter to the editor of a national daily in about 120 words, sharing your views on the importance of physical education and suggesting the need to establish a dedicated sports university so that the students can pursue and focus on their favorite sport. Right, it's an easy topic. You can easily write on this topic. So what I was saying is, in exams, because the format of, obviously you all know, the formal letter, it takes so many lines, like 3 lines and then leave a line, then again one, then leave a line, then 1 to 3 lines and write. So it is not possible to write down a letter to editor or a letter or a complaint letter or an order placement letter in 1 page. Okay, so please always start your letter from a fresh page, first of all. Second, yes, you can clearly write it on the other page. Otherwise, you will compromise, you will do, I know it will happen, and you will compromise with format because you are trying to adjust all these things in 1 page, on 1 page, which is not clearly, which is not at all necessary. You can clearly write it on the other page, right? They ask question. Like so many students ask this question, ma'am, whether we have to write it in 1 page only. No, you can clearly write it on the other page. because you have to leave proper lines, you have to follow a format, you will write, and obviously 150 words, at least you have to write 150 words, at least I'm saying, right? Then only you are going to get 10 marks. Otherwise, so there is no scope. है ना? So please make sure that you write few points before actually attempting. Read the question, write down what are the problems that you are going to write in the answer, and then start writing, because your answer, they will see that whether there is a logical structure, whether your letter has that proper logical structure or not, like introduction, body, conclusion, like you have clearly expressed your ideas, expressed your opinions in a proper way. It's not like absurdly you're writing anything anywhere. No, it should not be like that. That you're writing the problems and then you're introducing and then, no. Please don't do that. Okay. So yes, it should be in a logical structure. Next one, word limit is very important, beta. Do not exceed the word limit. You are giving the teacher, like you're giving the teacher more opportunity to cut your marks. Like I have written 200 words, so the teacher basically has 50 more words to find that particular error and to cut your mark. If they are saying 120 to 150 word, write it in 120 to 150 word. Do not exceed the word limit. They are going to cut your mark if you exceed your word limit. Please. They are not going to cut if you exceed 10 to 20 words, but definitely if you will exceed 50 to 60 words just because you knew the answer. So you are writing and writing. No. If it's a 2-mark question, write down 4 lines, not more than that. It is not required. They are going to cut your mark. They are not going to give you extra mark. And you're just wasting your time writing so much for a 2-mark question. So please make sure that if he is asking you a 1-mark question, write down only 2 lines. Like if he is asking you 2-mark question, write down 4 lines. If he is asking you 4-line question, write down 8 lines. Right? So it's like if you're writing, it's very simple. It's very simple. If they are saying 120 to 150 words, then that means you have to write 12 to 15 lines. Why I am saying this 12 to 15 lines? Why? Because if you are writing 10 words in each line, then you can easily complete your word limit. Yes. So I'll be talking about all these things again. Okay. Yes, my mic was off, so no worries. Listen. What I was saying is your letter should be in a logical structure. Okay, if the teacher is asking you to write in 120 to 150 words, then write it in 120 to 150 words. So what is the calculation? If they are saying that you have to write 120 to 150 words, that means you have to write 12 to 15 lines. Because what we are assuming is if we are writing 10 words in a line, then you can easily complete the word limit in 12 to 15 lines. If he is asking you to write in 20 to 40 words, write in 2 to 4 lines. Are you guys getting my point? 20 to 40 means 2 to 4 lines. Okay? Do not exceed the word limit. Do not cross the word limit, because you are then serving the entire, then you are basically, if the teacher, I am saying, if the teacher is struggling to give you mark, if the teacher is not understanding whatever you have written, if you are exceeding the word limit, if he is asking you a 2-mark question and he's expecting a 2 to 3 line answer, do not write 7 to 8 lines just because you know so many things about that. Okay? Yes, the teacher actually wants a clear to the point answer. Whatever he is asking, just answer that. Do not beat around the bush and just write down the main information he is asking. So that's why I am saying always read the question. Okay, always read the question and do make sure that you follow this calculation. Now you know how many lines you have to write for a particular answer. If he is asking you 180 to 200, then 18 to 20 lines. Okay, okay, and it should be in a logical structure. Okay, everyone, so that's it. I wish and I hope that you liked today's session, and if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to our channel. Bye bye everyone, take care, all the best.